Hi, everyone. This is Scott Nybakken for Dynamite Comics, and I'm here with Declan Shalvey, the author of Dynamite's upcoming new Terminator series, which in this timeline is available now for pre-order. Declan, you've written an Aliens comic, a Thundercats comic, and now a Terminator comic. Do you have a special affinity for 80s sci-fi franchises, or has it all just been one big coincidence?
I guess a mix of both. I am a child of the 80s. But yeah, no, I for whatever reason the stars are aligning to offer me this type of stuff. But it's all right up my wheelhouse. I would say Alien and Terminator would be more similar for kind of obvious reasons. More mature kind of storylines. Thundercats is a different taps from a different vein. You know, um, but Terminator, yeah, it's more in line with like the type of stuff I would do outside of Thundercats, in that it's more dark and kind of more kind of thrilly action based than say big superheroics. But I don't know why. Someone just must need like think of me in the 80s now. Maybe that's my thing.
It might be time to branch out. Do you have any pitches for Miami Vice or the Golden Girls?
No, although once I was asked what if there was a license I'd like to do, what would be, and my answer was Quantum Leap, and because I
Oh,
loved
yeah.
that show, and I realized the other day that actually I'm kind of doing that with Terminator, except it's Quantum Leap from hell, is what I've been saying. And that's just kind of that's interesting. The one thing I'd like to do, I've kind of made it into something else.
Yeah, and in the like existing Terminator movies and TV shows, we've seen a lot of focus on the big three characters, Sarah Connor and John Connor and Kyle Reese. But this new series is going to shift the focus away from them, if I'm correct. So what will you be focusing on for it?
Yeah, I mean, those are iconic characters from the franchise, but I mean, they have been done and leaked and squeezed and gotten everything out of them, I think, at this stage. So I wasn't particularly interested in mining that necessarily. Although that's not to say that they may not show up. Um, I have like an overall plan where stuff might kind of um leak in, but I felt well, I rewatched the original film, and like I remember the franchise very much in kind of Terminator 2 ways. I love that film. I think it's an absolute like just incredible masterpiece. But if you go back to the original film, it's really more kind of pared down. Way, I mean, the Terminator doesn't show up. I mean, the robot itself doesn't show up near the end. It's all really about meeting two characters, and them essentially falling in love, against this kind of impossible feat of this future robot coming to kill them. And I realize that's really the heart of the franchise, that like it's about people and humans and resisting against the impossible. So I thought it would be more interesting for each issue to essentially have its own story. So it's a new Terminator coming back to kill somebody, and it'll be different situations each time. So the first issue will deal with an elderly couple in our past, but the future of the franchise, and it just coming out of the water to kill them. We don't know why. We'll learn. We'll learn in the issue, but I think that's more inherently scary than seeing Kyle Reese shoot another Terminator. I mean, we've seen that. So I'm trying to get to like more deeper human stories where a future robot is terrifying, and the fun thing is going to be seeing the Terminator in all these different scenarios.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about the idea of there being a bunch of various storylines jumping through like in different points in time in different areas around the world. But I think there's also like an overarching like narrative that's going to like encompass everything. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I don't want to kind of point to it. What I'm hoping is that these are just really, really entertaining stories in and of themselves. But I mean, there is an overall thing that connects them all. I just don't want to, that will reveal itself as the series goes on. Yeah. But in the meantime, it's just I just want people to just roll with the stories as they come, and like that kind of larger idea will reveal itself as we get further into the series.
Yeah, and I've seen a couple of the pages from issue 1, and the art by Luke Sparrow like looks amazing. Like, how did he come to work on the series?
That was me. I'm going to take credit for that one because I've seen Luke's stuff for a couple 2 or 3 years maybe online, and just doing the great commissions and great illustrations. And he did a story for Star Trek issue 400. That I also worked on. I wrote a story for it, but he drew another story for it, and I thought he did a great job of making like the original series look kind of fresh. Those kind of sets and things made them look really interesting. So I remember I was thinking I really want to do something with him someday, and I've been working on an anthology for my Image series, Old Dog, where I write and draw that series. But with the anthology, I've been inviting other people, and I gave Luke a story that I was planning to draw, and it was just so seamless. I thought, like, if I couldn't draw that book, that's who I'd ask to do it. And he didn't have anything coming up afterwards, so I thought this would be perfect. So I feel, whatever I'm channeling into the script that like I would draw, I feel that Luke kind of picks up a lot of those kind of visual moments. So it feels like I'm getting to draw the book without actually getting to draw the book. Except I don't have to draw that robot all the time. It's really hard to draw. So I'm really excited about this collaboration because I think he's a phenomenal artist, and everyone's going to want to steal him away after this.
Yeah. And speaking of robots, like my final question, in terms of your personal preference, as opposed to say efficiency ratings or overall lethality, what is your favorite Cyberdyne Systems model?
I mean, probably the T1000 because it would be so much easier to draw because it's just liquid and spikes. Having to draw all the bits of machinery and stuff in the T800 is really complicated. So I'm going to go to the T1000 just because I'm lazy.
Like a fine answer. All right, Declan, thanks for joining us on the channel, and thanks to everyone for watching. Be sure to follow Dynamite Comics on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and our newest platform, Skynet.